Okay, y'all, jumping back into this YSL case, my boy Judge OG Glenville then got removed from the case because him and Brian still getting into it in the courtroom. So recently they've reported a new judge by the name of Mrs. Shakur Ingram, and she then removed her damn self from the case as of yesterday.
The trial against Young Thug has been on hold for the last few weeks. The preceding judge, Earl Glenville, was recused from this case by Judge Rachel Krause earlier this week. But in this latest breaking news, the newly appointed Judge Shakura Ingram, you can see it pictured here, was also recused from the case. Now, according to a filing from this morning that Law and Crime got to review, a deputy who worked in a courtroom with Ingram was arrested following details of an alleged relationship she had with a defendant who was severed from the YSL case. The severed defendant being Christian Eppinger. Now, this means that Judge Ingram could be called as a witness in future proceedings to assess the deputy.
Oh, damn. They gonna pull a Fonny on her. I know how they just did Fonny.
Deputy's credibility or rule on matters related to the criminal prosecution. And this would undermine the public's confidence in Judge Ingram's impartiality and is why she is stepping aside. You can see some of that information obtained by Law and Crime on your screen right there. We are following all of the latest breaking updates in this case and cases across the country. Right now we have to take a very quick break. But
okay, hang on. All right, so what I'm trying to figure out is, was it the deputy that reported of her and the defendant having an affair or a relationship, or was it that it was reported that her and the deputy was having a relationship, by someone else? So I've been really trying to figure that part out. So let's get some clarity.
Was severed from the YSL case. The severed defendant being Christian Eppinger. Now, this means that Judge Ingram could be called as a witness in future proceedings to assess the...
Yeah, okay, so basically she didn't kind of backcrawled of getting out of the possibility of being put on the spotlight like Fonny was. Because remember with Fonny and the guy that she had that was prosecuting Trump about the election thing, Ashley Merchant, which is the head of all the criminal defense lawyers in Atlanta or Georgia, I think, she called that out and shut that down real quick. And that's how the whole thing of her and Nathan Wade came out, with them having a relationship. So I think she kind of dodged the bullet of being put on the spot like Fonny, because they definitely was going to put her on the stand. And she still may have to go on there, like she say, for accredited reasons. She, that's why she took herself off. So let's get into why there's been a removal of a judge, period, of Judge Glanville. So him and Brian Steele had a showdown in the courtroom over a secret matter that Brian Steele really supposed to been a part of. Let's see, Judge Glanville versus Brian Steele.
Or another tribunal.
Okay, here we go. So Brian Steele is basically bringing to the attention of the court that they've had this meeting, or the judge have had this meeting with the prosecutor and state attorneys and different stuff like that without him, and they supposed to have meetings together on all accords, and they excluded Brian, and he found out they had the meeting and he brought it up in court, and Judge O.G. Glanville just wasn't having it. He want to know who you heard that from.
Commission for administrative body. I was told, based upon information and belief, that when we arrived at 8:30, 9 o'clock today, he did not come into your courtroom until almost 11:30. And what I found out just recently, this is not waived, is that supposedly in chambers, this honorable court reporter at times, honorable court at times, district attorney or district attorneys from the DA's office, as well as investigators, sheriff deputies, Mr. Copeland and his counsel met together none of the defense team, to my knowledge, was aware that this was going on. It was told, based upon information belief, that it was told to the district attorneys that Mr. Copeland intended to plead the Fifth Amendment. Then I was told, based upon information belief, that Adrian Love, the lawyer for Mr. Copeland, and this court were together, and Ms. Love made representations that John Melnick supposedly spoke with some attorneys for the accused and wrote an email to Ms. Love, to Adrian Love, stating that Mr. Melnick does not represent the witness, and that Mr. Melnick wrote an email saying F you, and then somehow that email was CC'd to me. That never...
Mr. Steele, can I interrupt you just a second? I'm kind of disturbed because that's ex parte. All that was an ex parte conversation. How did you find out about any of that?
Well, I'm disturbed too. And the reason is...
I'm asking you a question.
And I'm
How did you find out about it?
I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
Brian Steele say, I'm disturbed too.
Scuttle, if you look at SCUDDER versus State, which is 298 Georgia, 438, it's Division 2, 782 Southeast 2D 638, 2016. Our highest court says when a court meets, because Mr. Copeland comes in, meets with the court supposedly made statements, which I assume is somehow what accurate based upon what you just said.
Look at Judge Glenville. Look at his face. That nigga hot.
We're entitled, Mr. Williams and every other person wrongly charged here is entitled under the Georgia Constitution to be present. That's critical.
See, he laying the books out on his ass. He know, as of right now, Judge Glenville know. Man, here this nigga go. He didn't call me. Now he trying to double down for sure.
It's just like when you meet with me, and you and Mr. Adams meet with me, and others have met with me. It's those are ex parte for a lot of different other reasons, but I will.
So he claiming it's ex parte, as in I had this meeting with this group and it's ex parte, so you really just wasn't invited, and we could have this meeting.
I will certainly note that for purposes of record.
Well, I'm going forward. What I was told was that Mr. Copeland said,
And you haven't answered my question yet.
I'm not going to answer that question.
You're not?
No, I will not answer that question.
Why will you not answer that question?
Because I want to make sure that what I say is accurate, and I'm not trying to give anybody else.
I'm asking you, how did you get this information?
I'm not telling the court. What I'm saying is based upon information.
Okay, well, listen, if you don't tell me how you got this information, then you and I are going to have some problems.
We can have I have problems right now.
Okay, I know. Look, I don't want to know about your problems. Okay, at this point in time, all I'm asking you at this point in time is, how did you come upon this information? Look, if the case gets reviewed, the record's going to be available for our appellate court and for whatever reason. But it's disturbing that how somehow you have surreptitiously gotten information in regards to the court's private ex parte conversation with a party. I mean,
yes. A witness who was sworn in Friday. The court's telling. This is what I was told. If this is not true, not true. This court handed Mr. Copeland.
Tell me how you got the information.
Listen, whatever you want to do.
Tell me how you.
See, Brian still trying to let him know, hey, you had this meeting with a witness and state attorneys, DAs, and the prosecutor. Where was I? This didn't supposed to happen like this. You got the witness over here. You basically coercing him, and all of y'all is in the same meeting, and I ain't here to be on behalf of Young Thug or anything like that. So it's like y'all on the same team and y'all running the board.
You got the information, then we can go ahead and go forward.
I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is this. I was told, and I hope this concerns the court.
It concerns me that you have proprietary information.
Why is it proprietary?
Or information that you should not be having that was ex parte.
Why?
With a party.
Why?
State of Georgia.
How about the witness? How about Mr. Copeland, who supposedly announced he's not testifying and he'll sit for 2 years, and then supposedly this honorable court,
okay.
Or excuse me, let me rephrase that. This court supposedly said, I can hold you until the end of this trial. Ms. Hilton supposedly said, actually, all of the defendants and then all 26 people are disposed of. If that's true, what this is coercion, witness intimidation, ex parte communications that we have a constitutional right to be present for. So I understand that you're upset towards me, but I don't know what I did.
Mr. Steele, I still want to know, how did you come upon this information?
That nigga like, fuck that. I want to know who the hell told you, nigga, that we had this meeting. You ain't supposed to know nothing about this, and you don't supposed to be telling the court that you know about this. And I was hoping you ain't know about this. So, nigga, tell me who it is so I can nail their ass to the cross. That's what Judge O.G. Glenville want.
Information. Who told you?
What I want to know is why wasn't I there? Why,
Sir, I'm going to hold you in contempt if you don't tell me who tell me who this information
I don't
is
want to
coming
be
from.
held in contempt.
Well,
Okay, all right. Now, we know that he held Brian Steele in contempt. And guess who had to come and be a lawyer? Because he obviously can't be a lawyer no more and do what he's supposed to do because he's held and jailed in contempt with Young Thug. So, let's backtrack just a second. Remember I was telling you about Fonnie, right? And who got Fonnie tripped up with her relationship with Nathan Wade? Ashley Merchant. Let's backtrack. Ashley Merchant, like I said, is the head over these criminal defense lawyers in Georgia. She had to come step in on his behalf for Young Thug and actually play lawyer for his and be in his spot. So, and get him out of contempt as well. So Ashley Merchant is a big player in this game, dog. And I think she's part of moving all these different pieces around too. And as you can see, Judge Glenville he obviously has it out for Brian Steele.
I'm not answering that question. That's attorney-client privilege information. I am not answering
attorney-client privilege. Unless you were in my chambers, that's the only way you can figure out.
I
tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me who it is, if you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you in contempt because that is not attorney-client privilege.
Attorney work product privilege. I am not.
How did you get that information supposedly from my chambers? Did somebody tell you?
I'm not. You should have told me.
You should have told me.
You got 5 minutes. Well, I don't need it. I want to continue. This is what I was told. Mr. Copeland made statements that he admitted to killing Donovan Thomas and was. Don't take my notes. No.
Don't take my notes. All right, now, do y'all think this is a plus for Young Thug as far as him getting a change of judge? So, this new judge, she ain't black. So, I want to know what y'all think, the impact she gonna bring on this. Now, it said that she is, I think she's been a lawyer for 17 years. Yeah, according to Lauren Crown, the third judge assigned to the YSL cases, Judge Paige Reese Whitaker, former Fulton County prosecutor who also worked as a state attorney at State Attorney General's office. Okay, so she was kind of like Fonnie was. She was Attorney General. In addition, she has been a judge in Fulton County since 2017. So this is a judge I'm sure that isn't too much, unaware of all the elements of this case, and I'm pretty sure she's been following it up as well. But y'all, it's a lot of work. I don't know if they have to redo everything. I'm really not sure. Like as if find new jury, kind of like with the Y&W Melly thing. They have to redo this whole trial. They got to get a new judge, get new lawyers. They got to redo evidence, all this different stuff. So I'm wondering if they have to take that same process with Young Thug's case. Hopefully not, because it's just going to push things back even furthermore, But let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Young Thug has a chance at beating this case? Me personally, I think he do. At first, I say he probably had maybe like a 10 to 20% chance of beating it. Now I think with a fresh start, I think he has more favor to him as far as beating it. And as y'all know, when y'all seen the argument between Brian Steele and Judge Glenville, Brian Steele had previously motioned for a mistrial because of everything that's been going on. So we may get a mistrial, y'all. We just don't know how this gonna go. But as of right now, I think it's looking like it could be in a little more favor of Young Thug. I'm just not for sure as far as a mistrial, but as far as the evidence and everything, I think he pretty much got it. But man, y'all let me know in the comments, bro, what y'all think of this whole thing. I personally think it's gonna go down in history as one of the craziest cases, especially in rap history. This shit damn near just as good as OJ shit, damn near. Especially this case and the Y&W Melly case. So yeah, we're gonna stay tuned and keep up what's going on with this, man. And we're gonna jump to this YNW Melly case and dive into that.